Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. Now, if you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. Now, if you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. We've got an awesome showcase lined up for you, as always, but a little house cleaning. Why was I gone? I was not expecting to be gone, maybe gone for Thanksgiving, but I wound up getting COVID. Yeah, I got COVID. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. It sucked for like 3 to 4 days. My eyes burned. Like I've never had them burn before quite like that. The headache really sucked, but made it through, got through all of the whole quarantine period and whatnot, and lucked out. It didn't really affect schoolwork for me. Family's doing well, so everybody is now healthy in our household, so we are good. So we're now doing the show again. We've got an awesome lineup. We are coming towards the end of Season 3 for This Week in Dioramas, so make sure that you are still using that hashtag. Even when the season is done, use the hashtag Thisweekindioramas on Instagram, so that way then everybody can see your work. Make sure you go join the Diorama HQ Facebook group. That way then you can share your work, share your knowledge, and maybe ask questions if you need some questions answered. But we've got a great showcase lined up for you this week. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump right on into the showcase. All right, starting off with Mr. C5050 with a Christmas-themed set of dioramas. So he's got this pair of dios, which look awesome. I love the woodwork that you did here. It just really looks like actual wood. The stonework, this guy is just kind of a master when it comes to stonework. It always looks so natural and so realistic. So if you're not following him on Instagram, make sure that you are. He did a video a while back that showed some of the technique that he uses for it. So check it out. Make sure, like I said, as always, make sure that you're following people on Instagram, because you can start learning techniques so that you can start adding that to your repertoire of skills that you can throw in to do some really amazing work. I love these pieces. I love the Santa Claus, the SC up here that just looks so cool. I love it. It's just, wow, you really did a great job. And the fact that it is themed for Christmas, we've got our Christmas tree up, and every morning my wife turns the tree on, and it just, oh, I love that feeling. I love that feeling of Christmas is coming. So this is just a great piece. It is so perfectly placed for the time of the year. Next, coming from Solid Crafts channel. I don't recognize the Instagram name, so this might be a first time for this person to be showcased. So welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you aren't new. This is, let's see, I smell it even over the stench of the sewer. I'd like that smell anywhere. Smells like danger. Smells like life. Smells like madripoor. I love it. I love this piece. It looks so good. Not super huge. Should be able to fit in a detolf very, very well, but it conveys a story and it conveys some skill that I really like seeing. There's lots of great detail with the little awning here. Not sure what you use to build this, but it looks great. It looks like it's some sort of fabric or plastic or something that is malleable, which is great, and it just looks awesome with the patching that you did on there. That's a nice touch, those extra little details, and then you weathered it so that it doesn't look super clean. It's been around for a while around the block. And then this little sign, it looks like you've got two little lights behind it, so it's got a bit of a glow behind it, which is awesome. Another sign up here, which is great, and then just up here, the Meanwhile in Madripoor. That is fun to bring in that whole comic book feel. I love it. I love it. You did a great job. Every little detail looks awesome on here. They all come together, and then your lighting with the red light just really fits. And then you throw in the action figures with the Gray Hulk in the suit tuxedo with Logan. looks awesome. You just did a great job, so well done. Next, coming from Mr. Spricken, not sure, finished their 4th diorama, and I think it turned out excellent. I agree, it turned out great. I think you did a great job on this piece. Very unique, different style in terms of, it doesn't have the brickwork, but this looks great. It looks like a bus stop somewhere in maybe not the best of neighborhoods, but it looks awesome. You've got some really cool looking accessories in here, a little igloo cooler. It just looks awesome. All of the little signage on here looks great. The lighting with the darkness, that adds to it. A little bit of a light coming through here and here. Awesome. Very nicely done. You constructed it great with the little, you can see the bolts holding on to the pipes to brace those to the ground. Brace, that's mount to the ground. It just really works. And then look at the corrugated steel roof. That looks great. I love it. You did a great job on this piece, and I hope that we will see more from you in the future. Next, coming from Motu with Murphy. Now this is a pretty good size piece. So if you look closely, you'll see that this is one of those kind of plastic shelving units that you can get in pieces and then put it together, and they built their diorama around the entire shelving unit, which is awesome. So you can take that kind of, we'll just say, ugly looking plastic shelf and turn it into something really cool looking. And so that's exactly what they've done. They got a galaxy backdrop from Amazon, California, Canada. This just looks awesome. You've got the Motu figures up there. I'm sure you're just gonna fill those shelves with some great story. I think this is a great, unique idea. Wrapping the stone around the columns, that is awesome. I love this idea. And then you must have cut out the Masters of the Universe logo from one of the boxes or whatever, threw it up there. I'd like to know, is this gray skull something that you bought or sculpted? It kind of looks like it's just something that you repainted. It looks great. All of this looks awesome. I'm sure it's gonna just really pop in your room once you get all of the figures up there. So great job. This next one is coming from @Yakima. Good to see you back. Well, maybe you're not back. You've been around the whole time, but I'm back. And this is a Star Wars themed piece. Really digging on it. You always have a nice story when it comes to your posts. It's usually a couple panel picture that shows a bit of a progression. And here we've got the what is this? It's not a TIE fighter, but it's what does it say here? TIE bomber, that's what it is. A TIE bomber from production to line of duty. So it's in the factory getting fully finished, then it's out seeing some action. And I just love this. And I'm not sure what size this is. Usually his pieces are just really, really tiny, like 1/64th, 1/28th scale, something like that. This is just so cool. Look at the lights shining through the base here and all the details with the kind of the warehouse, not warehouse, the starship deck. I can't think of the words. And then down here, the asteroid, just wow, awesome job as always. Next, coming from Bayonet 14, Avengers Diorama 1/12 scale, made from foam. I don't think we've showcased you before either, so we've got some new talent coming in, and this looks awesome. I love all the debris that you've got in here with the Avengers Tower logo that's still surviving, but the building around it is destroyed, and just the rubble and whatnot in here just looks awesome. You did a great job weathering all of this. The stonework looks great. I really dig it. This is a great display piece, and when we get in closer, you can see a little more of that detail, which is really coming through in the paint. So I really dig that. Your iron girder, you got a red one, we got some black, some gray. This is just a really nice piece. So not sure if you're keeping this for yourself or if you're selling it, but this is just gonna look so good up on a shelf. Wow, I can't wait to see more from you. And look at that detail. We've got some rebar coming out of the end of this piece. Love it, great job. Next, from From the Mat Cave. Let's see, Project Bat Cave complete, lights, water, effects, loads of stonework, and the help of a few fantastic people. Oiler's Workshop. Thank you for both the inspiration and advice. Blah, 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 blah. Midnight's custom. Can't thank you enough for the custom printed computer terminals and Mattel for the parts. This, I'm pretty sure we may have showcased a work in progress of this, but now that it is complete, holy crap, you put in a lot of effort to this. And just looking at all of the display pieces, I know that they're 3D printed and whatnot, but you embedded those into the stone and you sculpted around it and you designed the way that this bat cave is gonna look. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, down here we've got the suit storage and display area, which looks awesome. I mean, it's just so well done. And look at the water just flowing in here. That looks so good. You did a great job on this. It's just, wow, that is gonna look so good. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is freaking awesome. You really did a great job with those lights. That turned out so nice. And then we've got some lights coming up through the grates. That is so great. And so great. That was a nice play on words. Look at how the light is shadowing on here. That is cool. I like it. Maybe not everybody is going to catch that or care for it, but I really like that effect. That harsh light with the shadow gives you so many other options. This just turned out so incredibly well. So great job on a spectacular piece. I can't wait to see more from you. Next, coming from, what is this? Misty Dio. Not sure what that says. Montaut Premier Diorama. My first diorama. Wow. Well, congrats on your first diorama, and thank you so much for sharing and using the hashtag. I love this piece. So it's a Lilo and Stitch piece. You did a great job. This looks so whimsical and fun. Maybe whimsical isn't the right word, but it feels so fun, and it brings a smile to my face. I love just what would be the simplicity of it, but the cleanliness, the paint tone, it just looks so good. I love these flowers. They look like you probably made these yourself. Did you make them? Okay, hopefully if you're watching, did you make the flowers yourself? Did you paint them yourself? If you painted them yourself, wow, that looks so good. It looks like you used an airbrush if you did do that yourself. Love the sign with the Lilo and Stitch here. This just looks so cool and so fun. Wow, I love it. I love these pieces that are very different from the standard action figure dioramas, and that's not diminishing those at all, but I love these pieces that they look like they came from a Nintendo game, it's just so cool, or from a movie, I guess. So great job on this piece. Congrats on your first diorama. I hope you're gonna continue, because you've got some really good skill, especially looking at this water effect here with the little waves white capping. Great job. So hopefully we will see more from you in the future. Next, coming from, what does this say? Kaiju Blocks, I think. Grinding these doors at least one a day. Really wanted to do two, but with two little ones at home, schedule is just too hectic. I know exactly what you mean there. It is really hard to find time when you're a busy adult, but when you can find the time and you can make something like this, it really pays off. This looks awesome. I saw a couple other posts that you did of other doors. Really digging on these pieces. They're small, compact, but they've got a lot behind them. Some really cool looking designs here. I love the graffiti and the stickers and all of that are on here. It just looks so good. Here's one with the light, and again, with the bluish light. It's kind of got that black light feel. Just looks awesome. Again, small piece, you can probably get them done fairly quickly, but there's a lot to it. And that's the cool part about doing small pieces, is you can maybe get the work done quickly. And so if you don't have a lot of time, hint hint me, I should start doing small projects, you can do stuff like this and really just cram in the different accessories and details and put the extra time in for weathering and whatnot. So great job on this piece. I'm sure we'll see a lot more from you in the future. Here is another door. This one is coming from Danny Cortez NYC. Drippy. I don't know what that means necessarily, but it says drippy. So this door, again, another one of these smaller pieces, but there's a lot to it, and I really love the way that you did this. We've got some really nice brickwork surrounding the door, and then a ton of graffiti on the door itself. I'm not sure if this is replicating something out in the real world or not, but you can see that there is a little bit more happening on this edge. I'm sure there's something happening over here. The step for the stoop looks very, very nicely done with the sculpt and the paintwork. It actually looks like real concrete, which is awesome. Here is a work in progress pic. The only question that I have, so we've got this really nicely weathered and kind of worn sign. The only question that I have is with all the graffiti on the door, wouldn't there be some graffiti on the brick? But if this is matching something out in the real world and it's not like that, then, you know, my question would be answered. But I feel as though normally with that amount of graffiti, there would start to be some graffiti on the brick. It's the only thing I would change if this isn't fully matching, you know, a real life scenario. But I still think it looks amazing. The graffiti that is there looks awesome. I love the way that it looks. This is something that is going to be put up on a wall and look amazing. You could put an action figure standing on there if you wanted, but it doesn't even need that. It stands alone on its own. So great job. This next one is coming from Rhino Dioramas. Make sure you hit them up, rhinodioramas.com. Follow them on Instagram. They do 3D printing, all sorts of great stuff, and they do dioramas. You can buy dioramas from them. They do a lot of 1/6 scale stuff. This piece is awesome looking. Back to the Future 2. So if this is 1/6 scale, this thing is massive. It is huge. I love the brickwork. I love all of the details throughout with the paint on the pipes and all of that. This just turned out so good. And again, I go back to, if this is 1/6 scale, look at the amount of space between this. Wow, that is huge. I mean, absolutely huge. So you've got a lot to work with when you're doing the 1/6 scale, but you're taking up a lot of space. And the fact that he's got a car, a DeLorean at 1/6 scale, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I just can't even, wow, how big is that? I would love to know the dimensions of this thing, because that is got to be 3-4 feet. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm reading 1/6 scale, so holy crap, that's huge. Amazing job. Next, this one is coming from Death Cabin Customs, a Resident Evil Raccoon City entrance sort of sign display piece. This is awesome. Again, we're kind of in a small display sort of theme this week, except for the Rhino Dioramas one. But again, lots of detail that's thrown in here, which is so awesome. I love the sign here. The weathering you did so nice with some kind of dirt looking feel on there, but then you've got blood that's just strewn throughout here. We've got a zombie dude that's got his leg kind of broke. This is just a great piece, and then the way that you presented it with your picture looks so nice. I love the way that you did this. Some nice smoke in here. It does look like this smoke may have been naturally added, maybe a vaping or a smoke machine. It doesn't look like this would be fake smoke, so I'd like to know. This looks so good. I love all the detail on here. The weathering is great. The metal, whatever this thing is, it's like a guardrail. It looks awesome. You did a great job on this piece. It's always fun to see stuff like this. Small little pieces that go so far with the details and to tell that story. So Awesome. And last but not least, coming from BTMA Cart, this piece is getting close to being finished, but because we're coming up on the end of season 3, I wanted to make sure that I showcased at least a work in progress just in case it's not done before our final episode. This piece is amazing. Now, if you're not familiar with his work, make sure that you are following him on Instagram because he does some extraordinarily detailed work. This is fairly small scale. I want to say maybe 1/18 scale. But this is just spectacular looking. I love the brickwork. It looks so natural. I love all of the detail with the lighting. I mean, just look at that nice golden glow that you've got here. That is a great feature to have on this piece. I'm pretty sure that is the lights on the diorama making that nice glow. This just looks awesome. The signage already looks just spectacular. I can't wait to see what it looks like completed, so make sure that you're using the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. Make sure everybody uses the hashtag ThisweekInDioramas. Thank you so much to everybody who has been posting and using the hashtag. If you haven't, make sure you start. Share these videos out with people, especially those that create dioramas and maybe aren't using it yet. Share it out to people that just love talent, because you guys all have such amazing talent. Christmas is coming up, and I'm hoping that all of you will be able to spend some great time with your friends and family. That's exactly what I'm gonna go do now. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all of that jazz, and I will see you in the next episode.